Hola amigos, hello friends, happy new moon in Aquarius and lunar year of the tiger. See, we just entered the season of Aquarius, and with that I was inspired to create a pick a card reading about the themes of sovereignty, about themes of freedom. So wanting to embrace more of that like cosmic activity of the Aquarius, radical, your inner freak, to kind of let it out and embrace it more, right? So I have two options for you, and choose whatever option feels more, you feel more connected. Pause if you need to in order for you to ground yourself and be more in a clear mind space. And I also appreciate if you leave me a comment, feedback, so because it's so helpful for me. I can create better content and help you, give you more good guidance, and anyway, like and share if you feel to. All right, so without further ado, here you go. Have a great day, and again, many blessings. Hello friends, and welcome to another pick a card reading. We are celebrating and undergoing the new moon, undergoing the shadows of the new moon coming up this 1st of February. We also enter new moon in Aquarius, and we also enter the season of Aquarius. Yes, and with that energy, that initiation of like, okay, a relief from the Capricorn hardworking goat, it really calls for tapping into the energetic the energy of like, okay, your Aquarius, what does your Aquarius have to say? I suggest you and advise that you go into your birth chart and look into where is your Aquarius place at, what aspect is accompanied by, and just kind of study more about your Aquarius so you can work with it during this Aquarius season. And again, like the interactive today is about freedom, like what things I need to look into to be more like authentic with myself, to find more sovereignty. So we're gonna ask our guides to guide us, to provide us clarity. I'm working with Osho Zen, by the way, to bring us clarity and messages of freedom and sovereignty. And so pause if you need to, take some time to ground yourself, breathe, take a couple breaths or as many as you need, and come back and choose with your heart, with a clear mind. And if you don't have a clear mind, because we're in a Aquarius season, that's okay. Just feel your feelings and choose, right? So we're gonna start with option number 1. And we want to ask, what does our guides wants to say to us, like as an advice for tapping into our sovereignty of that energy, Aquarius energy, and what we need to know, and advice for freedom. What do we need to understand, right? I'm going to pull one more. Okay. I apologize about my voice. I had a good time yesterday, but I also have been sick the past week with this throat thing. So bear with me. All right, we have Aloneness. This is a major arcana. This is kind of like the Hermit, I believe, in comparison. And we have two major arcanas here in inner voice. And major arcanas just means like major events, or like has like a double, like a heavy message, heavy energy. Okay, in comparison, right away I'm getting with the dominant kind of like energy here being that the comparison, when there's kind of like a blockage, the guy's saying is like when you compare yourself with others, you're losing your power, you're losing that this connection from your intuition, from source, from divinity, from spirit. Oh, my voice is so shaky, sorry. From spirit in the universe. This is the highest priestess, if you know about tarot. And the highest priestess is all about intuition, about spirit, esoteric, the mystic, right? So just know that if you're struggling with your authenticity, with finding the groundness of your being, is like being okay with who you are, know that stop comparing yourself. It's giving away your power and your clarity, your path to being connected to divine. You know, it feels like, I guess because sometimes you feel alone, but there's some uniqueness with who you are that makes you feel alone, makes you feel like there's something wrong with you. But that's very, very normal especially if you are like if you're getting to build your getting trained your psychic abilities, your intuitive abilities. You might have some and I'm gonna clarify here, you might have some like, oh Jesus, sorry, like a special skill that you don't, maybe you kind of notice it, but don't let it out. Like, it's kind of like, yeah, it's with the outsider, it's almost saying like, hey, let me out, you know, like this is the way I feel connected, like through child play. This you're kind of like your inner child want to go out and playing, where it's like nice and pretty and rainbow, but you're locked in. And I think that's because, I mean, what I'm getting is that, hey, be playful, jump that gate, and be disobedient for once, you know, like, I think this is just like the barriers of the conditioned mind, you know, like this pillars here is in the gate, the conditioned mind doesn't allow us to be playful and find our uniqueness. 5, there's a dominant energy with 5, that's transformation. It's about like you're maybe in the middle grounds of just like finding your uniqueness, like really embracing your uniqueness. And maybe you're kind of like a little bit of hermit, a little bit of mystic here too. But it's really like find sovereignty through your own uniqueness by accepting who you are, by accepting that kind of like quirky, kind of like weirdo, like, you know, energy that you have. That's your uniqueness. And like feeling alone, it's part of kind of like the process of just like getting to that stage of just like embracing it. So it's okay if you feel like that, you know. And loneliness is nothing bad. It's actually good, but we just need to learn how to cope with it. The comparison, yeah, again, like this is air energy. The comparison is bringing a lot of sorrow with the 9 of Swords here. It's like, if you see this monk, you know, like I feel like if you notice, this is kind of like the same person. It's kind of like the same, right? It's like going into sorrow. Oh, sorry, it's my accent. And because of this comparison is bringing you a lot of like mental awareness and just like, oh, you know. So isolation, another air card. There's a lot of like mental energy, a lot of element. The gray means like the element of air. So you might be a really like rational person, you know, like typical Western. I'm Mexican, by the way. So yeah, it's kind of like, you know, like when you this bringing a lot of disconnection to you from your feminine side, from your intuition, from the like calming the waters of your psyche, and kind of like freezing these waters up, you know, with the isolation. Again, it's kind of loneliness, isolation. You just isolate yourself. It's like, why you need to just like embrace this kid, you know. Being playful meaning for you will be like embracing who you are. Like, fuck everybody, fuck, you know, your friends or whoever, your family who's not supporting you. It's heartbreaking, but it's like, you want to be happy, you want to like be sovereign and really free, not the American kind of free, but like really like spiritually, you know, like free. So yeah, I'm sorry that you're going through this. I feel you. It's also kind of like a spiritual awakening. Maybe you're just like on your like path of your first spiritual awakening. I feel like you have some sort of like mystical, like sort of psychic ability to it too, but it's like ego is in between, and that sucks. Anyway, I want to kind of pull some oracles for you. Pull an oracle from the Ascended Masters for you and see what they want to say in regards of your path journey towards freedom, real freedom, not the miracle freedom, your sovereignty. That as a collective, I feel like we are in that kind of like awakening as a collective, you know, for freedom. Sorry, I just fell. Okay. Meditate. Siddhartha Gautama. Siddhartha, found enlightenment through meditation. He found the Buddha inside of him. Meditate, and I think this is it's strong, very healing practice, contemplative practice to really be with ourselves. You know, like this monk, this one's looking towards here. Siddhartha Gautama. Okay. Find that enlightenment, find some child play, love, play. You know, if you connect more with your fire energy, I feel like you have this like beautiful like fire energy within you, but you're just being let yourself control by your thoughts and your rational analytical mind. What happens when we are too much in the mind? We get disconnected from divine feminine. And if you're watching this, congrats, because you are on the path. And I say because it's like I'm doing the reading, like no, because it's already something making noise in your spirit that has guided you to be here and watch this. So keep going, keep following your intuition, your feelings. And so yeah, this card, this oracle, it's called for you to meditate regularly. Your path, your body and soul are asking for quiet time to reflect, think and receive insight. Even a small amount of time devoted to daily meditation will bring you great gift. You don't necessarily need any formal training in meditation. It is simply a matter of sitting quietly, closing your eyes, breathing and listening. Also, like, I feel like this, the additional meaning for this is to be still and listen. You need some alone time. I guess with this card is also suggesting not only like the feeling of feeling alone, but you really need to be alone with yourself. The Hermes and the Tarot is someone that needs to go on a journey by themselves, an inner journey. And if you could go travel physically, if that's gonna help you, be more connected to yourself. Also, it's saying to be honest with yourself. You can join a meditative group or take some meditation class or something like that, but meditate. And to close our reading, I'm going to pull out one more oracle from the Keepers of Light oracle card. Okay. And it's El Moraya. This is Keepers of Light again. Awakening process. Yes. This is just confirming that the universe is with you. We're a clock of protection and love. And what it means like by clock of protection and love is just, I think like, because you have, again, I feel like some of you have like developing your psychic abilities. You're getting more intuitive, and when that happens, usually because you're breaking through, you're going through breakthrough, and you're connecting more with the heart space. There's more light energy coming in, so that can scare the ego, and like darkness will be attracted, right? Attracted. So it's saying that protect yourself. Use some like crystals. Clear crystals are very good also, but I recommend some like dark black, kind of like obsidian or black kyanite or something of that sort. Shunganite. This is shunganite. Oh, I just dropped a crystal in the trash. God damn it. Go to your local crystal shop and find some protection for your body, you know, to carry with you. All right. I think the dominant color here is the blue, and that's talking about your third eye. If you're here again, it's because you're called, you're intuitively guided to see this. And I thank you for being here, because when you're working on yourself, you are healing the collective as well. And that's just by being yourself and just taking care of yourself, you're already doing a lot. We have this mentality of achievement versus fulfillment, especially in the Western here in the US. It's all about achievement. If you're not achieving, you're not somebody, you're not feeling good. And that's just part of our conditioning. We need part of freedom and sovereignty to break that mentality. And it's not easy. It takes years, takes time, if you're a workaholic or some sort of that sort, it's hard, just you might be a busy person or something, or you like to always be doing something, which is great, but it's gonna wear you out. Okay, so you might, like I said at the beginning, you might be going through an awakening process, and your guides are saying meditate, take time to yourself, alone time. Okay, so I hope you like it. If you want a personal reading, let me know. If it's your first time getting a reading with me, you'll get 10% off. So I'll invite you to check out my social media, and many blessings. And remember, when you're working on yourself, you are already helping the collective with your beautiful presence and connecting to yourself. Hello, option 2. Thank you for being here. I'm just gonna apologize because my voice is having some technical problems. My body's having some technical problems. Anyway, let's start with your reading. Again, this is guidance, advice. We're gonna check into where you at with your freedom, with your sovereignty, any special advice that your guides want to bring forth. Again, if you need some time to ground yourself, please pause and come back. See, one more, please. Okay, thank you. Let's look into option number 2. Courage, Creator, and Mind. mind again, the mind. Oh gosh. And I say again the mind because option 1 was very airy. Take some time here to feel the energy. Yeah, one major arcana and the courage is hard. I feel like your freedom speaking, your Aquarius speaking here. Your Aquarius, again, I recommend you to go into your birth chart and look your Aquarius placement, what house is in, and if there's any aspects, work with it, study it during this Aquarius season. We have a new moon on again on the February 1st, I think that's a Tuesday. Courage, breakthrough. Are you taking the time to connect with your power, your divine power? I think these two cards really connect well because this is about the solar plexus. This is a fire energy card. And the guides are saying, my guides are saying, your guides are saying that connect with your solar plexus. Solar plexus is all about like, you know, like the line within you, like the courageous, exactly, like courageous force to break through that conditioning mind that you feel like, oh my gosh, it's like too much. Like sometimes you can get too much in your head that you feel like this. The mind is just look at this image. Maybe I have a couple of messages. Just take what resonates, okay? But I think you do want to, like, you're like working on it, but it's like you get too stuck in your mind. You like work on it and then you go back to your mind, like, and you know, sit with those feelings instead of thinking your feelings. Feel your feelings. Feel your feelings. Don't think your feelings. How do we do that? Take some time for yourself to meditate, to sit down in meditation and feel them. You have the courage. You have this powerful force within you to bloom out despite the conditioning where you at, despite where you at, despite the hardship, the, you know, the impossible that it seems. You can. Of course you can. No. Why do some of you feel like, yeah, but I try and it just seems like I get stuck too much in my mind? What are you doing? What do you need to do to kind of stay in that momentum of just like courage? Remember, life is a balance, you know. It's nothing that you're not doing wrong. It's just like, some of us have just like such conditioned mind, and we come from different backgrounds. Some of us, it's easy to you know, like sit with our feelings and just be with it, and some people are not, because we have different traumas and experiences. So, but we all have them, you know, just like the privileges, you know, like, so it's, for some people it's easy to create a business and bloom, and just, it's easy. For some of us, no, we were never taught how to save money and how to have that financial freedom, or we have to struggle to get it, you know. And some people just, you know, grew with abundance and, you know, that freedom. It's easy to reach. So I feel like yeah, it's like, you know, that it's part of like what you need in order to kind of like, it's kind of like very salient piece to your freedom, to your sovereignty. And I think because it's so salient, it's so like necessary, and so like, it's just, if I just like, you know, that will be like, life will be changed. But I think it's also that the guides are saying the universe is just like, it is purposeful. And it's funny because the universe, when you're having a major breakthrough, it's hard. It's not like other awakening. It's like, it's really hard. So it's kind of like a testing. The universe is testing you, and your patience, and slowing down, and letting go, a balance. You know, the mind wants to kind of hold on to something without, like, you want to kind of like let go of, but without like having something safe first, that you can help you break through, or have that courage. And what I mean is just like that courage to it's almost like you're kind of dependent on something that's not letting you be more sovereign and free. And that's kind of like, yeah, to have that breakthrough, to let go. What is that thing that's not allowing you to, that you don't want to let go, or you feel that not safe letting go in order to have this breakthrough? It's just like, what is it? Question yourself, because there's a lot of you like watching, and so I'll leave it to your own personal, you know, case. But the way to freedom is having patience. Do some solar plexus meditation, and think about what is that you're depending on that's stopping you from doing that breakthrough. There's some change that needs to happen here with totality card. Okay, I'm gonna pull out, to finalize our reading, some oracle cards. Again, if you want a personalized reading, and if it's your first time having a reading with me, you'll have 10% discount for the month of February. Whenever you, like, just like I mentioned to option number 1, you know, whenever we're working on ourselves, we are contributing to the world, to the collective, just by being yourself. Just when you work on yourself, you're contributing more than you ever do, or whatever money you will make. The most contributing thing you can do is love your fucking self. It's liberate yourself. It's freedom. When you work on your freedom, that's gonna radiate in your energy, and it's like the most abundant thing you can have, your freedom. And others will see, because we need to lead by example, not but by how much money you have in the bank, or how much you're doing outside, regardless if it's something really good or not too good. It's about you. It's about your own enlightenment that's gonna bring the change in the world eventually. It's not what you do. It's not the material things that you do. You're not gonna bring freedom to other people by the material, by the dollars you put out there. It's about you. It's about like how much love you're giving yourself. Okay, so hope, Lotus says, love is yours. Recognize your divine worth. choose loving thoughts. Recognize yourself. Again, this is the yellow, you see? The lotus flower. You need to bloom. Let yourself bloom. Look at these beautiful colors. What do you notice? It's saying like, no, I mean, yeah, it's cool what you're doing. If you're doing something, you know, for the world and stuff. That's cool, like, thank you, yeah. But actually, the real change comes from within you. Okay. Our final oracle card, please. Thank you. Teacher. The teacher within you. It's like, I think you have some sort of leadership in you that by your example, by your own inner expression, you're gonna lead others. You're gonna like, how do you say, empower others just by who you are. And the guides are saying like, work on yourself, empower yourself by loving yourself, by connecting to your own divinity, and therefore you can teach others. Now, therefore you can actually lead others if you feel very passionate to lead and called, you know. Meanwhile, like, whatever you're doing, that's cool, yeah, sure. But it's not gonna get the real, like, maybe you might find like you get good results from your job or whatever activity you're doing, but you don't feel fulfilled. It's kind of like there's this light in here because it's kind of pointing there. It's like you're fulfilling, like you're like feeling good center. That's the solar that needs light. Again, you might have some other stuff in your life that maybe it's doing good and having good results. However, it's not giving you the results of fulfillment. You're achieving, but you're not being fulfilled. And that's the conditioned mind of the Western, especially. You're achieving, but you're not fulfilled with yourself. And if you want others to like follow you, or you want others to, you know, like, you want to empower others, really, it's through your own fulfillment. And then you will glow. All right? Well, I hope you liked the reading. And again, if you want a personalized reading, contact me. And happy new moon in Aquarius. And may this Aquarius season freak the freedom and your sovereignty out of you. We need that.